Hell's Kitchen is never normal at night. Here, night means only one thing: judgment. Dinner service had been shut down. Guests were angry. Chefs were broken. And most of all, AYAAN. His apron still smelled of smoke. His hands were still shaking. He stood in the corner with only one thought in his eyes. Tomorrow, I might be going home. Elimination ceremony BGIN. Next day, chefs stood in line. Red team on the left, blue team on the right. Gordon Ramsay entered with slow steps. Total silence. He held 2 black jackets. These jackets represent survival. He looked up, and one of you does not deserve to wear it. Sarah's face was swollen. Yesterday, she had been kicked off the line. Today, she was back, but broken. Everyone already knew whose name was in their minds. AYAAN. Gordon spoke. Last night, I shut down dinner service. He slammed the table. Do you know how rare that is? Do you know how humiliating? No one answered. Gordon's eyes scanned them. 2 chefs stood out. For the wrong reasons. He turned Sarah. Sarah flinched. You served raw beef. Then, he looked at Ion. And you. Ion swallowed hard. You burned the chicken like you were trying to cremate it. A few chefs looked away. Ion felt shame burning hotter than the oven. Nomination TME. Gordon shouted. Team! Nominate 2 chefs for elimination. Chefs whispered. Names floated. Marco. Ion has heart, but too many mistakes. Another chef. Sarah destroyed service. Finally, the decision was made. Chef Marco spoke. Chef Marco spoke. Chef, we nominate Sarah. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. And Ion's stomach dropped. Of course. Gordon nodded slowly. Sarah. Ion stepped forward. Both walked up. Camera zoomed in. Heavy music. Gordon's questions. Gordon stared at Sarah first. Why should you stay? Sarah cried. Chef, I know I failed. But I've worked my whole life for this. Gordon replied coldly. Hard work doesn't excuse raw beef. He turned to Ion. And you? Why should you stay? Ion's voice broke. Chef, because I don't have another chance. Gordon narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? Ion hesitated, then the words spilled out. Chef, my father passed away last year. The kitchen froze. Ion continued, shaking. He wanted me to become something. Everyone back home thinks I'm already a winner. He swallowed his tears. If I go home now, I go home as a failure. Silence. Even Marco looked down. Gordon's face was unreadable. Then he spoke quietly. This kitchen doesn't care about your sadness. Ion's heart shattered. Gordon leaned closer. It only cares about one thing. He paused. Can you cook under pressure? Ion whispered. Yes, chef, I can. Shocking twist. Gordon stepped back. Both of you made mistakes. He held the jackets up. But tonight, he walked toward Sarah. She held her breath. Gordon's voice sharpened. Take off your jacket. Sarah gasped. Tears came instantly. No, chef, please, Gordon. Cut her off. You're done. Sarah sobbed, removed her jacket, and walked away. Ion stood frozen. He survived. But Gordon wasn't finished. He suddenly turned and Ion's breath stopped. Gordon walked closer. You're not safe. Ion, chef. Gordon pointed at him. You will now cook tomorrow. He paused for effect. Alone, the chefs murmured. Ion shocked. Chef, alone. Gordon's voice thundered. Yes, alone. Gordon's voice thundered. Yes, alone. He spread his arms. One station. Full responsibility. He leaned in. If you fail, he whispered dangerously, I personally send you home. Camera zoomed in on Ion's terrified face. Night before the final tea. Later that night. Dorm room. Chefs sleeping. Ion sat awake, hands clasped. He pulled something from his bag. A small photo. His mother and father, he whispered. Abu, I can't lose. Tears fell. He stood up, walked quietly back into the kitchen. Alone. Empty counters. Cold ovens. But he began practicing. Cutting. Sauce. Work. Plating. Again. 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 His eyes burned with determination, because tomorrow was not just cooking. Tomorrow was war. Screen fades. To be continued.